Intel Committee handles our nation's highest secrets. It has access to information that most members do not see. And unlike standing committees, members of the majority are appointed by the Speaker only. That is why members who are appointed to this important committee must possess the highest level of credibility and character. And it is why no member should be compromised in any way. Unfortunately, information that I have seen and that others have seen suggests not all members meet this high standard. So earlier this week, I introduced a resolution to restore confidence in the Intel Committee's ability to safeguard our nation's secrets. Now, I do not take this action lightly or for political reasons. Frankly, I'm surprised it had to come to this. The Speaker and I received the same classified briefing from the FBI. The details were deeply disturbing. Yet so far, the allegations, which have not been denied, have gone unaddressed. As the House considers this question, I hope all members will reflect on the purpose and responsibilities of this select panel. I want all members to ask this one question. Should a member who can't get a security clearance in the private sector sit on the House Intelligence Committee? Think about that for one moment. Should a member who cannot get a security clearance in the private sector sit on the House Intelligence Committee? The American people deserve to know what their government is not vulnerable. By adopting my resolution, we will show that we have our priorities straight. I urge my colleagues to support it, and I yield back.
Commission.
Consent to address the House for a minute.
Gentlewoman is recognized for 1 minute.
This week, I was so proud to welcome President Joe Biden to our district to see firsthand the impact the American Rescue Plan will have on our community and small businesses in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, and to see the enthusiasm with which his visit was welcomed. Together, we visited Smith Flooring, a successful minority-owned small business in Chester that provides good union jobs and is an economic driver in an area that has struggled. The President and I spoke with founders Kristen and James Smith about how the COVID pandemic has impacted their business. The struggling economy has meant leaner times, but they're trying to do right by their employees until things get moving again. The American Rescue Plan has over $50 billion in aid for small businesses, including over $7 billion for the Paycheck Protection Program. These funds will help small businesses like Smith Flooring keep up their payroll, protect jobs, and keep going until the economy is fully open again. I wanted President Biden to see up close one of the Delco businesses that is the backbone of our economy. Thank you to Smith Flooring for talking with President Biden and me. And equally important, I wanted to thank Congress and President Biden for bringing renewed help and hope to our community with the American Rescue Plan. I yield back.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Pennsylvania seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, request unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute and revise and extend my remarks.
Gentleman's recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to recognize March as National Red Cross Month. While Red Cross Month has been celebrated since 1943, the Red Cross itself has been making an impact on community health since 1881. In 1889, Claire Barton led one of the first mobilizations to a national disaster following the Johnstown flood. This site is in the process of being preserved today and is known as the Clara Barton House. Perhaps the organization's best-known program, the American Red Cross, established the first nationwide civilian blood donation program in the 1940s. According to the organization, someone in the United States needs blood every 2 seconds. Less than 38% of the U.S. population is eligible to give blood, and only 3% of those individuals donate annually. The critical need for blood and the life-saving potential that comes with a donation cannot be overstated. The American Red Cross has always been a leader in this effort, and today they still provide more than 40% of the blood products in the United States. I'd like to encourage all healthy Americans to donate blood and plasma, and in the wake of the pandemic, it is needed now more than ever. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back the balance of my time.
For what purpose does the gentlewoman from the Virgin Islands seek recognition?
I ask unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute and to revise and extend my remarks.
Gentlewoman's recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This week, House Democrats are building on the progress made under the Biden-Harris administration to reverse the Trump damage and reform our failing system by passing two historic and important bills. H.R. 6, the Dream and Promise Act, to protect dreamers, TPS, DED recipients, and the Farm Workforce Modernization Act to uphold the dignity of workers who feed America. Americans want solutions on immigration. Voters overwhelmingly support a path to citizenship, reforms to our legal immigration system, smart management of our borders. Just like the American Rescue Plan, there is strong bipartisan support for immigration reform across the country, just not within this body. For too long, we have kept our arms closed to people who, under similar circumstances, 100 years ago, 30 years ago, would have been given a path to citizenship. But now the doors are closed. 55,000 Haitians came to this country after the earthquakes. They are in limbo. Congress must act, and these two overwhelmingly popular common sense bills will ensure that immigrants who make America more American can continue to strengthen, enrich, and contribute to our country.
For what purpose does the gentleman from New Jersey seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute and to revise and extend my remarks.
Gentleman's recognized for 1 minute.
I am here today to recognize an outstanding 10-year-old girl from Sea Isle City in South Jersey. Reagan Capone is already an engaged member of her community and frequently fundraises for local charities. Last year, Reagan raised over $6,000 for the Love of Linda Cancer Benefit Horse Show. Reagan is now raising money for her Uncle Mike's Seafood Polar Bear Run, Walk for Autism. Aside from fundraising, Reagan is a competitive equestrian and competes in the English circuit of South Jersey. She even made it to the regionals this year. Reagan is a dedicated individual who impacts the South Jersey community every day with her selflessness and her desire to raise awareness for the causes that are so close to her heart. Thank you, Reagan. You are truly an American hero for all that you do. God bless you, and God bless America, and I yield back.
Gentleman yields. For what purpose does the gentleman... For what purpose does the gentleman from Maryland seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I ask for unanimous consent in order to address the House for 1 minute, revise, and extend my remarks.
Gentleman's recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. After spending most of my life in the business world, I've seen firsthand how immigrants bring immense